All right, so please, no threats to the president. You know, you never know if the NSA is going to decide to come on here and track you down and then put you in Leavenworth or something like that. Or Guantanamo. You could end up in Guantanamo, right? So you got to be careful with these things. All right. Let's find some problems to work. One moment, please. I closed my window that had these in them. All right, let's take a look at one right. Of course you can, Armani, that's not a problem. All right, so I'm expecting you to be following along with me on this. So let's go ahead and write that down, please. Feel free to give me a shout out if what I'm writing is no longer on the camera. I know sometimes that happens, so feel free to tap on the glass, as it were. Kind of like at the pet shop, you know. Never mind. All right. My last period class is burning up the Teams area. All right, let's get our video on. I want to make sure that you're awake and paying attention, please. I'd hate to think that I was doing all this work and you were sleeping. That would seem really unfair to me. Because I know that you're sort of hideous to look at, but at least need to see the top of that ugly head of yours. Trajan, I don't know why you're here if you're not gonna have the light on. I mean, how can you do anything when it's that dark? What's the point of being here? Thank you. And Andrew begged for mercy, saying that he was incredibly ugly and didn't want to have to scare people. So I gave him permission. Just this once. All right. All right. So remember, when we're doing these, PEMDAS is always going to be what rules. So I have to get rid of my parentheses first. So I'm going to multiply. I should be able to see that everyone is busily taking notes on this, please. So 4 times 4 is 16. A positive times a negative is a negative, and the M comes along for the ride. Now, what I want you to realize here is that we're still basically combining like terms. We're just doing it across an equal sign, okay? So we have 2 numbers and we have 2 variable terms. These need to get grouped together on one side. So the variables need to be on one side and the numbers need to be on the other. It doesn't matter which one. It can be either one. It doesn't matter. But you got to pick. So kind of the cool thing about this step right here is there's no wrong term to start with. They're all perfectly fine. So someone pick one of these terms. Give me a number 1 to 4, and we'll start with that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a number. I see we've stopped breathing again. Hello, give me a 1 to 4. Oh dear God, somebody give me a number 1 to 4. Really? Okay, I'm waiting. Thank you, Mia. Apparently the only person that has the brain power to be able to formulate the concept of a number 1 to 4. Everyone else is apparently drooling on themselves and incapable of sharing a number from 1 to 4. Thank you, Mia.
I put 3 numbers in chat.
I don't care. I wasn't looking there. I was looking at pictures, looking at people. So I'm going to get rid of this one first. How do I get rid of a positive 8? Mina, why don't you stop playing with the ball and actually focus on math here, darling? How am I going to get rid of a positive 8? I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. Now, when I subtract 8, these two terms become 0, right? And basically vanish at that point, correct? Sergio?
Don't you have to multiply 8 and 4?
Oh, crap. I forgot to multiply. Oops. Thank you, Sergio. One moment, please. Don't do that. That was just did that. That was a test. That was to show you how you have to be careful not to skip any steps when you're solving a question. Don't ever do that because that's bad. Right. So I'm going to subtract 32. Thank you, Sergio. All right. These two cancel, become 0. And then these two become negative 45, right? Because when I have two negatives being combined, I add the two numbers and make them negative. Now, this goes away. Now let's look at it again. Here's a number. Here's a variable. Here's a variable. There are two terms in this equation right now that I can combine. Which two terms are they? That's right, Jaden. He's saying the M terms. Good. I'm looking at the M terms are the ones that I need to combine. Now they're on opposite sides of the equal sign, so I've got to find a way. Which side do you think I should put all the M terms on? Should I put them on the left side here, or should I put them on the right side? So left side, right side. Left side, right side. So should I move them over here to the first side or over here to the second side? Let's move them over here. So I'm going to add 7M, which will get rid of this term here. Negative 16 plus 7 is going to give me negative 9M. Now, do I have any more like terms here? Are these terms at all alike? No. So now I'm down to the point where I can solve it, right? So I need to look at the variable term and figure out what operation is going on with here. What operation is going on here? Multiplication. How do I get rid of multiplication, boys and girls?
Divide.
I'm going to divide. I'm going to divide by the number in front of the variable, which happens to be negative 9. And when I divide a negative by a negative, I'll get a positive. And 45 divided by 9 is indeed 5. Well, that took longer than I thought since I put that extra little check in there just to see if you were paying attention. Leela, did you catch that I put that little trick in there? Did you catch that, or were you just writing things down? She's like, I'm not answering that question. All right. Let's take a look at another one. Did that help make more sense of these things? Did you guys see some stuff in that one? The way it was being presented, you feel like you're starting to see a little bit more of it? Okay. All right. Let's do another one here. Now, where am I going to start here? So I'm going to start picking on people. Mina, where should I start here? Somehow I don't think she's there. Who wants to volunteer and answer? Where should we start on this guy? Jolena, where do you want to start here? Right, I'm going to do my distributive property. Thank you. So -5 times -2 is going to give me a +10. -5 times 2r is going to give me a -10r. Then I'm going to bring down these two. Okay. Now, did me showing you the idea of looking for the common terms, did that help? Did that help you kind of realize what it is you have to move around with? All right, so let's look at that. I'm going to circle my variables and I'm going to put a box around my numbers. So it does not matter which one I start with here, right? I can start with any number of these. So I'm going to look at the chat now, since all you people were refusing to hold up a finger or a number or hand. You just had to write it in the doggone chat. Which of these 4 terms do you want me to start with? It doesn't matter. Which one? First person that answered 3. Okay, we're doing 3. First person in the chat got it. So I'm going to start here. Does it matter where I start? No, it does not. So I'm going to do -10. -10. This becomes 8 minus 8r equals, now remember, this is going to be a 0, whoop, minus 10r. Okay. Now, if I look at this again, I have 2 variables, 1 number. So where all the variables need to be then? Should they be on the left side or the right side? Number 1 or number 2? Please hold up fingers to indicate your answer. Number 1 or number 2? Number 1 or number 2? It's like being at the eye doctor, right? Number 1, number 2. Number 1, number 2. Okay, I've got 2 people answering with 2, and the rest of you are drooling on yourselves. Okay, so we're going to move stuff over here. To do that, I'm going to add 8r to both sides. 8 equals -2r. Oh. Now what do I do? What now, people? Okay, I got one person that's got an idea. The rest of you are kind of staring out in space, even though I can't see your faces. Mr. Lawyer, you got an idea what we should do here?
Yeah, divide the variable. So divide -2r by
So
-2.
these 2 cancel, and I get -4. How's that working? Give me a 1 to 5, guys. Show me a 1 to 5 now. Where are you at? 1 to 5. One to five, 1 to 5. Give me a 1 to 5. Okay. I have no idea why I have a bunch of people that aren't voting. Wow, this is kind of a pointless day, I guess, huh? I got like 5 people that are paying attention, for which I'm grateful. And rest of y'all are sitting there, I don't know what. Okay, well, all right. So maybe I just give good grades to the people that are paying attention and I fail everyone else. That'd be a way to do it, right? This guy is like, I'm paying attention, I'm paying attention. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's do another one. This time you're going to work it and then I'm going to work it in a minute, but you're going to show me, you're going to put in the chat what the answer is. Okay, guys, do this one. I'm going to keep track based on who I have in the room and the chat. If you don't put in an answer, you're losing participation points for today. Okay, I've got a couple people with an answer for me. Keep going. Sergio and Jacob, you're correct. Good job. This is an A. Sorry. Wow, it's even worse now, isn't it? Crap. This is why I don't like using variables other than X because they're just that. That's correct, Isaiah. Not so much, Alex. Mr. Lloyd, take a look at it again. Okay, thank you, Leela. Take the A off of there. You got it right. There you go. Mr. Armenta, are you out there? Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, guys, I forgot to turn on the sound for the entry. I apologize for leaving people out in the waiting room. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Real close, Alex. I'm going to work it right now, though. Hold on, I just have to do one thing here. Okay, let's work this one together. So we're going to start over here, right? I'm going to do my multiplication. I'll get 56 minus 8a equals negative 2a plus 26, right? So 8 times 7, excuse me, 8 times negative a. Now, again, I'm gonna circle my variables, put a box around my numbers. So again, it doesn't matter which one I start with. What do you want? What one do you want to start with, guys? Anyone have a preference? Let's start with this one, okay? So when I do that, I'm going to get 30 minus 8a equals negative 2a. Now I want you to notice that now I have these two variable terms, only one number. This is the one that's got to move, right? Because it's got to go to the other side of the equal sign, right? So these two have to combine. This one has to move because it's on the side with the other one. So I'm going to add 8a, add 8a. Now when I do that, I get 30 equals 6a. Now again, when I'm doing these, this is multiplication, right? There's that little invisible period, a little dot there. I'm going to divide both sides by 6. When I do, I get x equal, or a equals 5, excuse me. So looking at that, if you got the wrong answer, did you figure out what happened? Do you see what you did? Maybe you mixed up the variable and the number terms, okay? That's why it's really important to identify them when you're doing these things so that you don't mix the wrong stuff. Because I can't combine these two terms because one's a variable term, the other's a number term. I can't mix them, okay? Yeah? All right, so I've given you 10 problems to work on for tonight. That's not too many. Just practice with them, and then we're going to go over them tomorrow. All right? Any questions at this point? Okay.